There's something about empty schools at night. Maybe it's the way silence crawls through the halls, or maybe it's how every shadow seems to breathe, as if the building itself is alive. This story isn't fiction. It happened to me 3 years ago when I worked as a part-time janitor at Ridgeway High, a small-town public school in northern Illinois. I thought I'd seen everything: vandalism, late-night pranks, even small fires. But nothing prepared me that winter night. The night the school decided it wasn't empty anymore. It was early December. Snow had been falling since afternoon, covering the parking lot in white silence. I clocked in at 9:45 p.m., like always. The main building lights were dim, only the emergency bulbs glowing faintly in the hallways. Mr. Jenkins, the head custodian, tossed me the keys and said, "Second floor and gym tonight. Don't forget the science wing lights. They've been flickering again." He left around 10. I was alone. Just me, the echo of my boots, and the distant hum of heaters keeping an empty school alive. Around 11:30, I started hearing it, a soft tapping sound. Not rhythmic, not mechanical, just off, like someone was dragging their nails on a locker. I stopped my mop, looked down the hallway. Nothing. Just the dim light reflecting on polished tiles. I shook my head, muttered, "Probably the pipes," and went back to work. But the sound followed me. Every time I moved to the next section, the tapping returned, always behind me, always distant, yet close enough to feel like someone was watching. Around midnight, I went to the security office to check the monitors. The old black and white feeds showed empty hallways, except one camera, the one pointed toward the science wing. In that frame, something moved. A shape, blurry, like static, near the chemistry lab door. I leaned closer. The timestamp glitched for a second, and then the figure was gone. The feed looped back to static. I exhaled, told myself it was a glitch. This place had bad wiring after all. Still, I locked the science wing door when I passed it, but deep down, I swear. I heard breathing behind it. It was nearly 1 a.m. Snow was heavier now, slamming softly against the windows. The gym was my last stop. Big, cold, echoing space. Those lights took forever to warm up. When I switched them on, half of them flickered, and for a second, I saw a silhouette standing under the bleachers. Tall, motionless, like a person waiting. I blinked, gone, just darkness under the seats. I laughed nervously. "You're just tired, man." I pushed my cart and started sweeping, pretending nothing was wrong. But then the bleachers creaked, like someone was walking above them, slow, careful steps. I stopped, looked up. The air felt thicker. Then I heard it. A whisper. A woman's voice, faint, echoing through the speakers even though the PA system was turned off. "He's still here." I froze, dropped my broom. The whisper came again, same tone, same calmness. He never left. The lights flickered once, twice, and then all at once they went black. Total darkness. The kind where you can't even see your hands. I pulled out my phone, 1:27 a.m. No signal. Then footsteps, slow, deliberate, from behind me. I turned around, flashlight trembling in my hand. Nothing there, but the footsteps didn't stop. They circled me, invisible, like something pacing in the dark. I ran toward the exit door. It was jammed. Every single emergency latch was stuck. And then I saw something through the small glass window. Someone standing outside, facing the gym door. No features, no face. Just a shape in the snowstorm, motionless. I bolted out through the locker hallway, heart racing. That's when I noticed a door I'd never seen unlocked before, the basement storage. It was slightly open, light spilling out from beneath it. Flickering, yellow, old bulb light. Every instinct told me not to go there. But when you're trapped in a dark building, fear becomes curiosity's twin. I pushed it open. The air smelled of dust and wet concrete. And then I heard the same whisper again, but this time right beside my ear. "He's down there." I spun, no one. I shone my light down the basement stairs. There were old desks, stacked chairs, and footprints, fresh ones, wet, leading deeper. The footprints stopped near a locked maintenance room. I bent down and saw the nameplate. Boiler access, restricted. I heard something, a faint sob, someone crying, a man's voice. I whispered, "Hello, who's there?" The crying stopped, and then a faint male voice replied, "They locked me in." My heart nearly stopped. The door was chained shut, padlocked. I tugged at it, nothing. I ran back to the janitor's office, grabbed the spare bolt cutters. When I came back, the door was wide open, and the room inside was empty. No one, no sound, just the boiler humming softly. But on the wall, in the dust, someone had written a sentence with a finger. "Still here." Next morning, I reported everything. The principal said there was no one in the building. All doors had been locked from the inside. Security cameras? All recordings after 11:30 p.m. were corrupted. A week later, Mr. Jenkins, the senior custodian, finally told me something no one else did. He said 10 years ago, a maintenance worker named Alan Brooks had a heart attack down in that same boiler room during a blizzard. No one found him until the next day. He'd been trapped, alive, all night. After that, strange things started happening. Whispers through the intercom, locked doors opening, wet footprints with no source. Jenkins said quietly, "Every winter night someone still cleans the halls, even when no one's on shift." I quit a week later, couldn't handle the night shift anymore, but sometimes I still drive past Ridgeway High on snowy nights, and through the gym windows, I swear, I can see the lights flicker on. A single figure moving a mop down the hallway that never stays empty. They say ghosts are memories trapped in time, but I think some buildings remember more than people ever could, and Ridgeway High remembers everything.